We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie,
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
and he's Grogu, and we love Grogu.
Yes.
Don't you ever forget that, buddy. But
Aww.
we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 136 for August 29th, 2022, and our feature topic is a fun, just Mike came up with this in his head kind of thought. Would you rather Disney style? So the whole premise is that I'm gonna give some options, and the ladies will have to choose. They would rather do this or that.
Oh,
And they have to.
wow.
So, and hopefully they'll say why. Otherwise
Oh,
we're
of
only going to be
course.
like 5 minutes. But
Yeah. And
anyway,
we're
course,
wondering
we'll
what
say
these
why.
questions are going to be because he did not tip us off. So we're
No.
really curious to know what
There
we're
is-
dealing with here.
they
Yep.
are not in the show notes yet. I'll put them in after. But anyway, as always, we're starting off with some cheddar from the big cheese. And Brenda, are you starting us off, or Sophie, do you
Uh,
want to start us off?
It says that, well,
It's kind of Sophie related, I have to say.
all right, we'll switch, Aunt Brenda. I'll go first.
Okay. I'll change the names then.
All right, then. Well, unfortunately, everybody, I do have a little bit of bad news. It's not quite so bad yet, but it's unfortunately very sad for me, at least. And it was announced this week that the H2O Plus, the company that makes the soaps, shampoos, and conditioner for the Walt Disney World resorts, the one that I was talking about in our Scents video that I like so much, well, they are unfortunately discontinuing their product line at the end of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yep. It's been about 33 years of production, and well, until they go completely out of stock, you can still buy their products on Amazon if you wish, or at the resorts while supplies last. But there's been no word yet on what Disney will replace the H2O line with. And you know what? When Daddy told me this, I was sad, but ultimately I said all good things must come to an end, except Disney, of course. Disney will never end.
Let's hope
Never.
Yeah.
Let's
It's not a
hope not.
hope, it's a guarantee. It will never, ever end.
Okay. We got it here
Okay.
first.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with it next. Maybe it'll be just nice Disney soaps. Maybe they'll start using the kind of soaps that they make at the Basin.
Maybe.
Never know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
You never know. They may develop their own brand new line that's so fantastic we didn't know what we ever did without it.
Yeah.
Never know.
Until then, enjoy it while it lasts.
That's right.
Yep.
And buy all the stock you can if you're a fan.
Yeah.
Well, there's other news and it has to do with Avatar. It's
Yeah.
being re-released in theaters. I really like this idea. It's being
I do too.
re-released in theaters for a 2-week run starting September 23rd in preparation for the upcoming release of the sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water. As a result, Avatar has been temporarily pulled from the Disney Plus, but will return prior to the release of the new Avatar film on December 16th. I'm really, really glad they're doing this because they have years of lapse between these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just great because it gives us a chance. It sounds like it's coming to theaters, right? It says it's going to be
It
re-released.
is.
Yeah, in theaters. That's
it's-
right. So it's going to be really exciting to be able to watch it before watching the new one.
Yeah, and it's coming to theaters in like this new the 4K recording or whatever. So
Whoa.
it's like, like regular HD is is 1920 by 1080. This is like 4K, so it's 4000 something by
Ah,
something.
nice.
So it's like so sharp.
Cool.
But I don't think my old eyes would even be able to notice any difference. But
Well,
it
I
is
might not either, but for those that will, that's awesome.
yeah. So it is kind of cool. And I think it is neat because we never saw it in the theater. And I think this gives us a great opportunity to go see it in the theater. Don't you think
Yeah.
so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think that'll be on our list. Lastly, over at the Gaylord Palms Hotel on Osceola Drive in Kissimmee is a show that they are bringing back. They haven't done it in a little while, I think because of COVID. It's called Ice. And it's
Yeah.
set to the story of how the Grinch stole Christmas. And let me tell you, I just saw this today and I'm reading about it and it's so cool. It's going to be showing from November 18th through January 1st. So there's plenty of time to see it. It's like a 20,000 square foot room that they put all this ice sculptures in that tells the story.
That's
And
cool.
the artists who create these ice sculptures live in China, and that's where they're doing the work on the sculptures, and then somehow they ship them over.
Oh my gosh.
The room is kept at 9 degrees.
Crazy.
And as part of the experience, they hand out these really swanky jackets for you to wear while you're going through the exhibit so you don't, like get frostbite or something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
for parkas or something.
Yeah, there's a website that I'm going to put in the show notes that will have all the information about it, and it's where you can buy your tickets. And tickets they didn't look all that bad. Like weekend showings, like $26 or $36, something like that.
I don't mind paying that when it's something totally unique.
Yeah.
If I'm going to pay that for the same old thing, that's shown every day or whatever, that's one thing. But if it's totally unique and it's seasonal, I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I do too. So it's something we might want to think about. So,
pretty cool.
But anyway, that is our cheddar from the big cheese. And now it's time to get into Mike's head and play Would You Rather Disney style.
Sounds like a dangerous place to be.
So I told Sophie that I had 10 questions. And after I dropped her off at home, I came up with question 11. So there's 11 questions. And I was going to go 1 through 11, and let's just see where it takes us. Okay.
Okay.
So
you sound nervous, Aunt Brenda. Why are you nervous?
I'm a little nervous.
It'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll do good. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a nervous test taker.
It's not a test, though.
Brenda, since you're a nervous test taker, you answer this first question.
Daddy.
You go first, then Sophie, then I'm going to alternate you guys, okay?
Oh, God, okay.
So, Brenda, would you rather see Harmonious or Disney Enchantment?
Oh, God. Harmonious.
Okay. What about you, Sophie?
Harmonious.
Okay. See, it's that easy, Brenda.
Okay. I can deal with that.
See?
Okay.
It's not a test.
It's not a test. It's not
Just
a test.
Ignore all the people that are yelling at us that
because they love Disney Enchantment.
Enchanted is better.
Well, that's true.
But
it's all in the music, though, right, Sophie? It's all the music.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
I love Harmonious because I love all of the music. And I also love that it's the only show I know of that actually includes The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That is one of my favorite movies.
There you go. That's another great reason.
That is. So that's how easy this is.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Then.
Second question. This one I start with Sophie first.
Okay.
Sophie, would you rather go to one of the Disney water parks or go to Universal's Volcano Bay? That's the only part that's not Disney, really. That's the only question that has some non-Disney in it.
I think I would stick with the Disney water parks.
Okay.
Particularly Blizzard Beach, because that's the one that I've been to, therefore I know that I'll like it. And I've experienced it, and I know there's a lot to do, and I would not get bored. I could spend the entire day there and be just fine.
All right. Brenda.
I'm going with Volcano Bay on this one.
Hmm.
I
I
think I would
I
too.
will tapu into those rides instead of standing in those long lines on those rides. I wish Disney had a system that was like Fast Pass for theirs, but they don't.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Oh.
tapu on those things and go back whenever it's my time.
Now, I didn't know that they had that
Yeah.
at Volcano Bay.
Yeah.
That
Sophie's
makes it
at a
real
little bit of a
convenient.
disadvantage because she's never been to Volcano Bay. I've been, but only to tour it, Sophie. I'd never been there as a park guest. So,
Yeah.
our Universal experiences are very limited for Sophie and I and
Mm-hmm.
Cindy. So we need to expand on that summit at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, maybe we can all go sometime like we did to Disney. That would be awesome.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
That would be a lot of fun.
Another reason why I chose Blizzard Beach, and again, because I've been there before, is
You do
because,
it. You know it.
yeah, and keep in mind, I'm very particular about water slides.
Hmm.
I don't
Yes.
like getting my face wet. Aunt Brenda
Right.
knows this from when her girls tried to get me to go on the one at Stormalong Bay, and I did not, much to their
Yep.
disappointment.
Well, and
Oh
it's good
well.
to know what you're getting into so you feel comfortable. That's very
Yep.
Yep,
important.
I know
Yep.
what I'm getting into. I know that there are rides there that I don't have to get my face wet in. So it's
Yeah.
just nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 3, and good discussion back and forth about it. Good feedback.
Hmm.
So, Brenda, would you rather watch the Candlelight Processional
Oh, God.
or go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party?
Oh, my gosh. Really? And I'm there in time, the one span of time to do both where they're both offered and I got to choose.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, okay. I'm going to choose Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party,
Mhm.
but the reason I'm choosing it is because it's 5 hours long as opposed to a
Oh.
1 hour show. But
You know what?
I love the Candlelight Processional.
That is an awesome reason, Brenda.
That is.
Sophie, what about you?
I'm gonna have to go with the Candlelight Processional, actually.
Okay.
And the reason is just because of the content. Now, with the Not So Scary Halloween Party, it is different from a regular night at Disney in October.
No,
But
no,
at
no.
this,
Not
no,
very merry. Not
I
so
know what
scary.
you're going with, but
Oh,
I've never
sorry.
experienced the Very Merry Christmas Party, so I'm comparing it with what I know.
Gotcha.
And so, based off of the Not So Scary Halloween Party, um, I enjoyed it, yes. I like being able to dress up for it, but other than that, it sometimes feels like it's just another night in the parks. And I love a night in the Magic Kingdom, don't get me wrong. But the not so scare if the Very Merry Christmas Party is the same idea as that, it's just another 5-hour window in the parks with extra decorations and stuff, then I feel like I would need to try to get the experience out of it that I want. While as the Candlelight Processional, it when I hear about it, when I think about it, it reminds me of all those other Christmas traditions that I honored as a kid, like the Love Feast and the midnight Christmas service at church. It is so
It's a lot like that.
it's so reminiscent of that to me, and I miss that so much, especially since we switched churches after I turned 19. It felt like I was leaving something behind. So I want to experience that. That's why I'm choosing the processional.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It is beautiful, I have to say. And I'll tell you the favorite parts of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for me are number one, it snows on Main Street, which to me is magical, very magical. Number two, they have a special parade that's just a Christmas parade, which I love. And they serve hot chocolate and cookies all night.
Score the hot chocolate and cookies. I am with you on that. You know what? For me, it would also be the Candlelight Processional because of the story of
It
Jesus,
is
you know.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
but
But
you know what?
yeah.
I would not turn down either one. If someone
Oh
said, "Here's a
no.
ticket to the Very Merry
Yeah.
Christmas Party," I'd be like, "Thank you very much, and what can I give you for it?" You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I've
don't get
seen
me wrong. I love.
I've seen four different narrators for for the processional, and I am very partial to Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
I I just love, I don't know why, but he's very Disney. I mean, he loves Disney. He's like John Stamos. I mean, they love Disney. So, but I
Well,
mean, they were all good. I mean, all the ones. I remember LeVar Burton when I was watching him. It was okay. So they have all the choirs from, they choose people, but the singers from the America Pavilion, the Voices of Liberty, were there in the front, and it was, I'll never forget. I think I have it on tape or on my phone on video, but he was saying his first part of this Christmas story, and then the the choir starts to sing in the back, and there was a particular um, soprano lady at that
Really?
time,
uh-huh.
and her voice stood out above the rest, I can tell you. And after he finished saying his first part of the Christmas story and they started, he turned around to see what she looked like. It was
Wow.
magical. He
Wow.
was, you could tell his face that he was like, "What?" And he
Yeah.
turned around, and I thought, "Yep, it's those
Yep.
Wow.
voices."
Cool. Well,
Yep.
great answers and very well thought out answers too.
Yay.
Yeah.
I must say.
Yay.
Okay. Number 4, and go to Sophie
Sophie.
this time.
Yep.
Yay.
I'm the even numbers.
You are the even numbers. You're right. Well,
I'm odd.
Sophie,
No, you're not.
I'm the odd one. I'm the one who came up with the idea, right?
It's fun. It's a fun idea.
So, Sophie, would you rather visit Walt Disney World for your birthday or for Christmas?
Oh, God,
Hmm.
I swear. Public enemy number one is what I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's me.
No,
I'm just
no.
kidding.
No, that's him. That's Grogu. Anyway, he does not like me for that. Um, enough trying to change the subject. Christmas is a very traditional holiday for me. I like for it to be the same every year because that makes it perfect. But I have always been at home for Christmas.
Mhm.
Always, 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 always. And I love that. So I'm going to continue to be at home for Christmas. I will go every year for my birthday, but Christmas is best spent at home.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say Christmas because you'd been so many times for your birthday.
You know what? I was very unsure. I was thinking back and forth, but eventually I changed my mind right at this last second.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good reasoning.
Mhm.
Brenda.
I need some clarification on this question.
Okay.
Are you talking about during the Christmas season, or are you
Yes.
talking about Christmas Day?
Christmas season.
Oh.
Christmas.
Well,
Sophie?
okay then. I
Are
changed
we
my
changing
mind
your
then.
answer then? Okay.
Yeah, I thought you meant Christmas Day, just like my birthday.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Christmas season.
For
I
sure.
meant the Christmas season. That's what
It's
my
the
brain-
most magical time.
That does not need to be explained.
Okay then. Okay. Now, question 5. Brenda. I think I know what answer you're going to go with.
Does that have to do with food?
No, this is not.
Oh.
In fact, I have just a very offhand question about food. This is really a foodless episode.
Okay.
So question 5 for Brenda. Would you rather visit Disney's Aulani in Hawaii or visit Disney's Castaway Key?
Yes.
You got to choose one. I was waiting for someone to say that.
Yes.
I have visited Castaway Key several times, and I'll be back there again in December. I have never been to Hawaii because my husband doesn't want to fly for 8 hours, so I would definitely choose Aulani.
Okay. Sophie.
Well, I've been to neither.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Well, thing is, if we're going to Castaway Key, then that means we're on a cruise.
Yep.
Which means Mommy is either not there with us, by some miracle we actually went without her, or she is not having a fun time at all because you know that she hates boats and getting seasick. So, as much as I would like to go on a cruise and visit Castaway Key, I know that Aulani would be a better choice just because I know that Mommy would be comfortable and she would be there with us, no exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Castaway Key. That and that not Castaway Key, Aulani. That and I'm actually not that big a fan of the beach.
Okay.
So there are other things to do in Hawaii than just the beach,
A lot.
Yes, there are.
and I would like to experience those. Meanwhile, Castaway Key, I mean, I guess I could make do with it because the water is supposedly crystal clear.
It is crystal clear. It's extremely cold in December, like 50. But Castaway Key is like a day destination. It's a day. Hawaii, you could stay forever. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So you get much more bang for your, of course. Well, it depends because you don't actually pay to go to Castaway Key, but you pay for the cruise. So it's about the same.
Yeah.
My answer would also be Aulani. And I'm not at a point right now where I want to do a cruise.
Yeah.
So for me, it's somewhat, a lot of it is because of what's gone on the last couple of years, but also I've never been to Hawaii either, and I would love to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, all right. Here's my food question. Sophie, this one goes to you. Number 6.
Okay.
Would you rather stay at a value resort and have all your table service reservations,
Ooh.
or stay at a deluxe resort and have no table service
God.
reservations?
Value resort.
Okay.
Because thing of it is the deluxe resorts are very nice. But the value resorts are also extremely nice, especially Pop Century. Especially Pop Century.
Mhm.
And yes, that is the most expensive value resort to my knowledge.
Art of Animation is more expensive.
Yes.
Oh, well, see, even better. It's not the most expensive. Point is, I love Pop Century. I love it. There
Mhm.
is nothing wrong with the value resorts except that you can't sleep more than 4 people in one room. But
That's true.
to have 2 rooms and have all of the table service reservations taken care of, that's at least a meal a day, possibly even 3 if you're going to be that way. I personally would not because I don't like to have deadlines, but it could be done. So that's just good. It's just good. It's a win-win situation.
Okay. Brenda.
You got me at unlimited food. I would stay in a rock to have unlimited table service. I mean, unlimited paid for table service is what you're saying, right? Like, that's a freaking lot of money.
No, I didn't say paid for. I didn't say
you
paid
said it.
for.
You
I
said the
was
same
saying,
value came with unlimited table service.
I said stay at a value and have all your table service reservations. Didn't
But
say
you didn't
pay.
say I had to pay for it.
Okay, then in Brenda's world, she gets them gratis.
I
In
stay
which
value
case,
and
I
get
would
my
take that
meals.
too. And you know what? I would take that anyway because Sophie's right. The deluxe resorts are incredible. And I was thinking of it from you're a family on a budget and you have this much money for your
Right.
hotel and you can
Yes.
do the table service versus if you stay at this upgraded, you may
Yes.
not be able to do as many. And that was my whole thought process
I
behind
would still do it. I would
it. Yeah.
still choose the
'Cause
same as y'all.
at the end of
Yeah.
the day, we can skyliner over to Yacht Club and just hang in the lobby if we wanted to, or we could make our reservations over there,
Yeah.
for some of our table services. And at the end of the day, the hotel is really where we lay our head down at night.
Yeah.
In any
And
case.
Well,
that
and our
bed can
memories are
sleep
made
3
from our
kids.
experiences, not from, we're going to be like, oh, remember that time we went to that great restaurant and had this and we laughed about blah, blah, blah. We're not going to say, oh, remember that time we stayed in that great room, but we didn't have any kind of special anything
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. So yeah. So there you go. So
Yeah.
good answers. Good
Great minds.
answers. Okay. This one is for Brenda, but I think this one will really be much harder for Sophie.
Mm.
And here's the question.
Hmm.
In Mike's magical fairy world, okay,
Okay.
extra magic hours, evening extra magic hours have been brought back. Okay?
We can only hope.
So, would you rather spend evening extra magic hours at the Magic Kingdom or at Epcot? Brenda, you're
Magic
first.
Kingdom. There's just more to do. There's more to ride. I'm a ride girl. I'm a ride girl, so I'm gonna go where there's more rides. That's just me.
Yeah, I told you it'd be harder for Sophie. I'm like, Sophie's park is Epcot.
I know that.
You know that for fact. And I'm sorry, an evening stroll on World Showcase, it almost doesn't get any better than that.
How much money do I have to spend?
It's just no discussion
Just
on money at
strolling.
all.
Just
It's
strolling,
It's
no
strolling or
shopping.
riding.
just you decide which park.
How many people are there?
It's just you.
Not many.
Just me? Epcot. Me? Nobody else and all the money I could dream of? I'm buying the entire park out.
Okay. I didn't put any of those stipulations. So if you add those into the question, that's your call.
That's the thing about Epcot. Epcot has the stuff, and I like the stuff. And
There you go.
I don't like my double chin. Okay.
Just lift
Sorry.
Brendu up like this.
Sorry.
I didn't notice it, Sophie. But anyway, I would say, the only thing I would say in rebuttal to Sophie is Midnight Haunted Mansion.
I changed my mind.
I mean, that's a thankless question. I know that one is.
Yep.
Oh, dang it, Daddy.
These are getting
Yeah.
harder now, aren't they?
Yes.
Why?
He's torturing us now.
He's torturing
Well,
me.
you
You're
know what?
fine.
This one is an easier question because we don't have evening extra magic hours.
Right.
So there you go. So nothing to worry about. Question 8. I
There's
do love this
Sophie.
back and forth though. Sophie's question. Okay, Sophie, would you rather spend the night in the Disneyland Dream Suite
Oh my God.
or in the Cinderella Castle suite?
Give me a second to Google something. I need to refresh my memory as to what the Disneyland Dream Suite looks like.
I've never seen it. I did Google it to make sure I had the name right.
Oh, it's that thing in New Orleans Square. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, that's. Oh no.
The key though is that it's not in the castle, is it?
No, it's in New Orleans
Because the
Square.
Sleeping Beauty Castle is not big enough to really accommodate that.
No, because it's a walkthrough. This is
Yeah.
in New Orleans Square above the Pirates of the
Yep.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Am I
So
allowed to go out of the suite after the park's closed?
I don't think so.
Shoot.
I think the same stipulations apply there that do at Cinderella Castle, where you have to call down to like a handler that meets you.
Okay. All right, fine. Cinderella Castle suite. I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be there with you.
Yeah, I
Because
would too.
yeah, that dream suite though, it does look nice. I saw the pictures.
Uh-huh.
Think of it more like you're choosing between I want to say you're choosing between a Victorian manor and sort of a late medieval period castle. That's what you're choosing between.
Oh.
Yeah,
So the
but the
Cinderella
bathrooms
is the
look
castle.
yeah, but the bathrooms look
Cinderella Castle.
extremely similar. They both have the stained glass window
Beautiful.
above the just jacuzzi bathtub.
Jacuzzi tub. Yeah.
Yeah, they both have the stained glass window. At the Dream Suite one, I didn't quite see what it was, but it looked kind of like Beauty and the Beast, while as the Cinderella Castle one is obviously Cinderella Castle. I mean,
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Yeah.
Either way, it's gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. They both are, but for the sake of the view, I'm going with Cinderella Castle Suite.
All right. And so did Brenda.
Yep.
And so does Mike. So
All
there you go.
right.
Because the question wasn't whether I could sleep in Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Right, right. And we all
You
know
know.
that's
Yeah.
your first choice.
We all know that answer already.
And
So
if you
no
had
need
to go to a castle
And my
instead,
answer would be I wouldn't sleep at all. I would be partying with the 999 haunts in the Haunted Mansion.
Exactly. But
Oh
anyway,
well.
those aren't the questions. Okay, Brenda.
uh-oh.
This is odd, right? Odd question is Brenda.
Yep.
Okay. And this might be your hardest question.
Oh.
Or it might not be. I don't know.
Huh.
Brenda, would you rather go to Avengers Campus or experience the Galactic Star Cruiser?
Oh God. You know, Avengers Camp. I'm a Marvel girl, so I want to do Avengers Camp, obviously.
Yeah.
But my guest that told me an hour's worth of phone call on all the stuff in the Star Cruiser that they did because it's so interactive.
Uh-huh.
Boy, it really sounds cool. I'd have to choose it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, it's like a 2-day immersive thing.
Uh-huh.
It's not like rides.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
know?
not like a hotel either. I mean, it is a place to sleep, but it's more than that.
Very
Mhm.
much more, yeah.
So yeah,
I'd have to experience that. Yeah, because I mean that's the cost of a cruise, and I go, I do Disney cruising. I'd have to like actually not Disney cruise and do that because it's like the same cost. But I'm not a Star Wars person, but
what?
all of the experience of that's entangled in the stay there is just, it sounds awesome.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
Sophie, are you choosing the same thing?
I am, and my choice is obviously a lot easier to make because I am a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and so this one wasn't as hard as originally thought.
No.
Because, like you say, Avengers Campus is like going to Cars Land kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one part of California Adventure. So,
Now, if they had a Marvel equivalent to the Star Cruiser, I would definitely choose them on.
oh, yeah, that would
But they
be.
don't. So
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10, Sophie. This is your
Wait, did
perhaps.
I?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed a few. Well, shoot. I was writing down the questions as you went.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
worry
just
about
gonna
it
copy them
later.
and paste them in, honey. I got them in my notability, so I'm good.
All
Um,
right.
question 10 for Sophie. This
Yeah.
might be her hard question, Brenda. Might
uh-oh.
be even harder than extra magic hours question.
Uh-oh.
Sophie, would you rather go to to Disneyland Paris, or would you rather go to Shanghai Disney, Tokyo Disneyland, and Tokyo Disney Sea? So
My
you
God.
have one part of the world or the other. Pick which part of the world you want.
Oh, she's not choosing one versus three. She's choosing one or
No, no,
one or
no.
the
She's
other.
one versus three. So she either goes to Disneyland Paris because she's in France,
Or all
or
three.
she chooses all three because they're all in Asia and they're closer to get to as far as flights and whatnot. Honey, don't blow a gasket, okay?
Oh, Daddy, you are mean. Now, Brenda, make him stop being so mean.
I told you. He was torturing us.
I guess this is a test, isn't it, Sophie?
Shoot, I can feel my face heating up. Another reason, because I would choose Shanghai, Disneyland Shanghai, and Hong Kong, and Disneyland Tokyo Disneyland, and Disney Sea. But then again, there's also COVID, but that's all over the world. But everybody knows
Yeah.
that it started
For
in
the
China.
purposes of this question, COVID no longer matters.
That's a big statement.
How long do I get to spend at each park?
There's no answer to that. I mean, let's just say that you would spend the amount of time it would take to experience the park fully. Okay. So, like, Tokyo Disneyland might be a 1 day, might be 2 day,
Hmm.
Maybe you do 1 day Tokyo Disneyland, 1 day Tokyo Disney Sea, you know, 1 day
Okay.
Shanghai. I don't know. But also Disneyland Paris, I don't think is anything more than 1 day probably for the actual park. For Disneyland Paris is so much more about Paris and everything, not just going to Disneyland Paris.
Hmm.
That's my thought on it, but I don't know. I've never been to any of them. So,
I do love them both because on one hand, Disneyland Shanghai and all the other ones in that area of the world. I love their culture a lot. It is so intriguing to me, and I know that Disneyland Shanghai is a tribute to Chinese culture, just as Tokyo Disneyland is. But at the same time, Disneyland Paris, I have been studying French for months now, secretly, on my own.
Sounds like you should choose Paris then.
That's true. I would know a lot of the language. And I have always wanted to experience Phantom Manor, which is their version of the Haunted Mansion, and also see the dragon underneath that castle. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the other one. I'm gonna go with the 3 parks together, because I feel like that would be a longer experience, and it would be because I'm gonna go with that one. I can't really explain why, and I've already spent so much time weighing my options.
Okay. Brenda.
Disneyland Paris.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to ride. I'm going to be over there with Phantom Manor, but I am going to have authentic crepes for breakfast. I'm going to enjoy being at Beauty and the Beast everything. And then I'm going to, after it's all over, I'm going to take a little jaunt over to Italy.
There you go.
Fair enough.
And so here's what we do. Sophie goes to the Asian parks. Brenda goes to Disney, and you guys FaceTime. Okay.
Okay.
At least you'll feel like part of you is there. So
That's true.
anyway,
We'd have to compare notes when we got back.
I think I would do Paris also. And for me, what I would do is I would spend a day at Disneyland Paris, maybe a day in Paris, the city, and then the rest of my time in France, I would spend it in the countryside in the south of France.
Yeah.
Because that's where I think the real experience of going to France is. This is in the country and seeing the
Yep.
towns and everything like that. So
That is
that's
my
what
sister Pam's favorite place in all the world. Is the south
Is-
of France.
South of France. Okay.
She loves it.
So there you go.
All
All
right.
right. Well, one last question for Brenda to start. Brenda,
Yes.
would you rather go
Oh.
to Festival of the Arts, the Flower and Garden Festival, or the Food and Wine Festival? This is the only one that's like a 3B.
I'm going to go with food and wine.
Okay.
Even though I'm limited more, I mean, obviously I'm much more limited on what I can have than the whole rest of my life till I turn 49. But, you know, I will do anything in the fall and enjoy it much more than any other season. I love being outside when the weather is cool. It's uplifting for me. It just feeds my soul. So even though I love the flower and garden, I'm still hot. I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not so much the food because I'm more limited, but they do have some excellent things I can have. But it's the whole time. It's the whole
The
time.
whole experience of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go early. I'd go, later when it's cooler.
All right. Sophie, your turn.
I'm also gonna go with the food and wine.
Okay.
You know how much I love food, and thankfully I don't have the same limitations as Aunt Brenda.
I hope you never will.
Yeah. I love the food.
There you go. And I would also choose the food and wine. I've been to both the food and wine and the flower and garden, and I feel like the food and wine, the experience of it was just better for me. I know a lot of people say they love the Festival of the Arts, that's their favorite, but I've never been, and it doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah,
So,
I'm the same.
so there you go.
Yeah. We're gonna
So-
get people are gonna write in and mad at us, but I'm not a museum type person. I'm not a person who studies art
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, just plain Jane. Take my
Mhm.
food and wine.
And go home.
I have to say at the Food and Wine though, right there by Chez de France or however you say that, they have that little
Cheddar.
bitty booth
Uh-huh.
and they have those chocolate martinis. Oh my God.
Oh.
They are so good. I mean, you can't even tell there's any alcohol in them. I can't even say if there's alcohol in them, but they're a martini, but they taste like, oh,
Like
I just love
chocolate milk.
chocolate. Yeah.
Like chocolate syrup.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
Well, my friends, that is our last question.
Yeah.
Wasn't as bad as it could have been, that's for
It
sure.
wasn't as bad as it could have been. And that wraps up our feature topic. I am going to post these questions as is in the Facebook group. I want listener feedback in our
Great.
group. I will report on that next week. But I thought that was a fun little episode, a fun little
Yeah.
topic,
That was a great
I
idea,
did
Mike.
too. I loved it.
And I'm telling you, it took me a week to come up with 11 questions. Because
They were very good questions though.
I mean,
Yeah.
I felt like my brain was hurting sometimes, but I was like, it's almost, it's not going to be like, would you rather ride Tower of Terror or Cosmic Rewind? Because that kind of we've covered rides
Don't
and
do
stuff like
that.
that before, so that's
Yeah.
like, so I wanted to make it a thought provoker. So
Great job.
thank you. So that was our Would You Rather Disney style. And now it is time for Sophie to give us some history for August 29th in this day in Disney history.
Yay.
So go for it, Sophie. What do you got?
All right. Well, I have two things. We haven't had two things in a while.
Right. I'm excited to hear both of them.
Me
All
too.
right. Well, I'll start with the earlier one. As I always do, I go in chronological order here. And in 1964, August 29th, 1964, Disney's Mary Poppins, starring Julie Andrews, Dick Van Dyke, David Tomlinson, and Glynis Johns, is generally released to the public.
Okay.
Yay.
Based on a series of children's books by P.L. Travers and about a magical nanny who comes to work for a cold banker's unhappy family, the film features music by Richard M. and Robert B. Sherman. The film will receive 13 Academy Award nominations and win 5 Oscars.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well-deserved Oscars.
Very
Mhm.
much so.
And then in 1989, this one is especially special to us, Daddy, because you know that we love it so. Disney announces an agreement in principle with Jim Henson to acquire the
Oh,
merchandising, licensing, and publishing rights to the Muppets.
wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Henson will suddenly pass away in May of 1990, causing the deal to temporarily end the following December.
But it was
Re-
brought back, though,
shame.
after.
It
Yeah.
was brought back. Rest in peace, Mr. Henson.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And if it hadn't been done, then Muppet Vision 3D wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Pizza Rizzo wouldn't be there.
No.
All these sorts of Muppet themed things wouldn't
Yep.
have happened.
Not to mention we wouldn't have 6 or something hours of content to watch, Or was it
That's true.
seasons?
I
Hours,
think it's
seasons, who knows?
Seasons, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
well,
great, Sophie. Thank
That's
you.
really good
Thank
history.
you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yay.
I have,
Oh.
I think it's a good one. for Stump the Soap. Stump the Soap.
Good luck.
Yeah, of course. This character views life a little differently.
A little differently?
Uh-huh. This character is backwards.
Backwards.
Characters backwards.
This character is a bit forgetful and is always losing his teeth.
Oh, I know that. It's the guy from Meet the Robinsons. Lewis's dad.
It's Grandpa Bud. Yep.
Yeah.
Yay!
I said backward because if I said wears his clothes backwards, that would be like a really easy giveaway.
Ah.
Yeah, I got it on the second one. I just needed confirmation.
Yeah.
Very good.
So Bud Robinson is his official name, but they also call him Grandpa Bud. So I think he is so funny.
Yay!
I think he is too.
And that
Great
movie
job.
that movie is such an awesome movie. For me.
That is great, Sophie.
Thank you.
Yay!
So there you go. All right. Well, we're just rolling right through our last bits. So let me put this in. Hang on one second.
Bud Robinson from Meet the Robinsons.
I like Meet the
Yay.
Robinsons.
I do too.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Brenda, it's time for a little bit of Walt.
For a little bit of Walt. Some people forget that you can still do good work even though you work with dollar bills. We took almost 9 years to make Fantasia, and if we had it to do again, I'd take a long, hard look at it. Because today it would cost us $15 million. Can you imagine how much it would cost today?
Oh my.
At some stage or other, I have to walk in and tell the boys, okay, start wrapping it up. If I didn't, we'd never get the work finished. But that doesn't mean we pull back on quality.
No,
Yeah.
sir. We certainly don't.
Nope, not at all. I wonder how much that would take to make now. It's amazing even when you go see a Disney movie. Like you could stay in the theater another hour when it's over watching all the names scroll by. I mean,
Yeah.
how many people it takes to make, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. To see
That's
all the
insane.
names. And
It
and
is.
you know it's a production. And
Right.
it takes a while because in the Pixar movies at least, you always see the babies that are born while they're doing the production.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, they list the names of the babies.
and
I'm like,
unless
you know
a bunch
they've
of
worked for
people
a
are
while
getting unless a bunch of people are getting pregnant at the same time.
yeah, it takes a long, long time. My goodness, it's amazing what they must pay for salaries.
Yeah.
Crazy to think about.
Whew.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Now, that, my friends, wraps us up for this week. And next week is the beginning of September. So we are going
Thank you.
To Disney.
Yay.
we are going to list our favorite reasons why visiting Disney World in September is absolutely perfect.
Oh, well.
Okay?
The sweet spot between summer and fall. Yes.
What do you think? Five reasons each? Or
Yeah.
10
Yep.
reasons total? What do you want to do?
5 reasons each is 15. That
Yeah.
sounds good to me.
Okay.
So read the topic again. Favorite reasons why visiting Walt Disney World in September is perfect.
Perfect or incredible or fill in your adjective.
All right.
Yes.
The perfect is the perfect time of year.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So thank you everyone for joining us. I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda. And he's Grogu. And we will
See you
See
on
you on
the
the
road.
road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.